Hello. All right. We are going to go live, and I am going to invite a friend. Where is she? How do I invite a friend? Oh, there she is. There she is. Woohoo. All right. Let's go live. Janice. Woo! Woo! Hi! How are you, Janice?
I'm so good. Good to see you.
Good. I know. Good to see you. Not our usual Thursday calls.
I know.
So how are you? What'd you get up to today?
So today Finder Flow started. So welcome to new clients. Yeah, that was fun. And then I mentor every week for middle school girls.
Yeah.
So I went and did that. And now I'm back here.
Woo.
With you.
Amazing. Well, thanks for joining me on today's call.
Thank you so much for having me. How was your move?
Oh my gosh, so good. It's like you can see some of the background.
So pretty.
I know. You can see all the palm trees, and it's kind of raining here. Yeah.
I love it.
I know. It's like still not, the inside's still not ready, so I'm like, I want to show everyone, but
I love that.
it's going to wait.
You have to create a space that makes you feel good.
I know, right? Totally. So this is like, that's actually something I'm going to talk about later on. Not today, but yeah, talking all about the vibes. Hey, so I'm actually located in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Thanks for asking, though. So let's get to the juicy stuff. So, oh, you can hear double? That's interesting. Let me unplug this headphones. Can you hear double still? You can hear double.
I wish I had,
Interesting.
like, my headphones, my phone is Bluetooth, so it doesn't have, like, a headphone jack. I hope it's not why. Let me turn mine down a little bit.
It might be mine. Yeah, it's mine. It's when I talk, it's double. Interesting. Hey, Cam. Well, let's just go ahead. Let's go forward.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do this.
it's okay if it's double, right? Double of me. What's wrong with that? All right. So the juicy, yeah, it's okay. Like, whatever. Let's keep moving on. So basically, Janice is one of my private clients. She is going through Limitless right now, and it's been 4 weeks, Janice, or how long? 4 weeks?
Yeah, about 4 weeks, yeah.
Okay, rad. All right, let's get into the juicy stuff. So first, like, what was going on in your, look at that, look at the pool back there. What was going on in your world prior to, working with me, Limitless? Let us know, like, what was kind of going on for you?
Yeah, so previously I was a career transition coach, and I had helped clients, I'd worked with clients, but I didn't like feel it. It wasn't feeling great and amazing and like as good as I thought it would. So I kind of like struggled my way through like trying to make that feel better with like different offers and like just trying all these different ways of like making it better. Wasn't getting better. I wasn't getting the clients that I desired. It was really hard. It felt really hard to like sell my offers. And I just was like, okay, this just isn't working. Like lots of things just aren't working. So I need to like hit pause and like just recalibrate and like see what I need to do, like what I need to change. And that led me to wanting to get a coach.
And then what happened? So we stumbled upon each other, and then you signed on, which was like amazing. And then we had a 3-hour breakthrough session. Tell me about that.
So the breakthrough session was awesome. Well, actually, first, just our initial call, even before I signed on to be to work with you. So I was telling Kat that like, hey, like things aren't really working out great right now. Like I actually think I'm gonna go get a job again, and like, go back to work. And she asked a question that like no one in my life would ever have asked me. And like that's when I decided to work with you. She said, "What if you just didn't go back to work? Like, what if you just made this work?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" Like that question, I almost like immediately rejected internally, but like after getting off the call and like thinking about it, I was like, no one else in my life would have asked me that question, and no one else in my life would have considered me to just dig deeper and find what actually works. And I was like, that's why I really want to work with you. And then also like the fact that you specialize in like subconscious mindset work was really, really attractive to me because, and I think I like put this in my pre-work, like before with my offers and stuff, like I kind of tried to like lean on my intelligence and like my like just like the strength of doing the work. Like I felt like if I try hard enough and apply my mind, like I can do it. And it was like obviously that's not working, so there's some kind of missing piece or like a layer that I'm not considering. So like talking with you, I was like, it's 100% a mindset thing, probably a lot of subconscious stuff, and I knew that like you would be the person to help me with that.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's like so great. I think that's the role of the coach is to really ask the questions that nobody else is asking them. To be the most ballsy person in their life, to put it that way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, really amazing. So tell me, by the way, guys, when she was referring to the pre-work, that's something I give all my private clients before we start working together, is a pre-work thing. So that's what she was referring to. So let's go to the breakthrough session. Tell me about that.
Oh, so the breakthrough session was so good. I like there was just so much. Like I just got off the breakthrough session. Like there's so much to like apply here and do here and like explore here. It just got me really, really excited to work with you. I was like, if this, and if, first of all, this is the other thing. When you hear 3 hours, you're like, are we really gonna be on the phone for 3 hours? And like, is this, I don't know. You're just a little. I was a little bit skeptical about like how effective are these 3 hours gonna be, and like what's gonna happen here. But like, time actually flew by so quickly, and we accomplished so much. And just like my mindset, subconscious stuff, like relationship with money, beliefs I had about my value, and like what other people perceive my value as, and like just all of these different things that we explored, that just really was like the kickoff point to the program, like in the breakthroughs that I had.
Yeah.
Going forward, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really good, like beautiful groundwork, I would say, being laid.
Totally. And you got a lot of clarity too. I remember you had a lot of aha moments about kind of why things weren't working for you, or wasn't as like graceful as before, right? Like it kind of felt like you were trying really hard. And like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So again, so before I did career coaching, and I don't know, we were talking about something, and I was just like, yeah, like now I just was like, I don't know why it just didn't work, but it just wasn't something that I just really, really wanted to do. And Kat was like, well, yeah, because like the result you were getting for them is not what you wanted for yourself. So like I was helping women get jobs in corporate America, and like that's just not for me anymore. Like I've decided it's not for me. And it was just such a aha moment, like an obvious thing that I was missing.
Yeah.
And like why I didn't feel comfortable selling it, why I didn't feel comfortable like talking about it as this amazing result, like why I didn't feel comfortable pricing it at a certain price, because I didn't see it as value, because I didn't want it, because it's not a result that I like wanted for myself. So like subconsciously I was like rejecting it. and devaluing it, even though it's not necessarily like a bad thing or like a, you know, something
No.
that's not of value. But for me personally, I was selling an offer that was out of alignment with who I was and what my values were, and it just was not going to work. Whatever I did, it
Totally.
was not going to work. And like Kat saying that was just such a aha moment for me. Like it almost like gave me permission to like release it as like it's fine. It really is fine. And that's why it didn't work. It's not because like you suck or anything like that. It's just because it just was not aligned with what you're supposed to be doing. And like you've learned that, so cool. Release it and it's fine.
Totally. Totally. And then, so that was great. Like the 3 hour breakthrough session was super, super potent. Um, and then we moved into our next session. Like we're not going to go through every single session, but I think some of the big ones was when we did time techniques, right? So we used a certain subconscious technique, and tell us a little bit about that. The name is irrelevant, but tell us a little bit about that subconscious technique.
So I think this is when I was planning lives for my launch.
Yes.
Okay. So I was planning lives for my launch, and I was like, you know, I'll like think on the topics later. I don't know what they're gonna be. And like Kat was just like, well, let's just like talk about it. Like, what would the topics be? And I like just named a topic like very flippantly, and I think she saw that I was like very like flippant about this. So she was like, let's do this technique. And we basically did a technique where I was like looked at my life from a timeline, I guess, and like saw like the live as a point in time in my like overall lifespan, and like if I looked at it from that perspective, like what would I talk about on this live? And my answer immediately came to me, and it was immediately like way more exciting than, I don't know, whatever the hell I said. I don't even remember what I said now, but like way more exciting because it was what I wanted to do. And that technique like helped me see how like in the grand scheme of things, when you look at things, like how sometimes we tend to like phone in the action that we're taking. Like it's very much just like, I'll do this because that's like what seems most comfortable and most like easy. But the action that you actually need to be taken like should be much more intentional, much more aligned with like who you are and like what the results that you want to help people get.
Yeah.
And so it was like a big another aha moment for me of like, yes, you're pretty good at like taking action, but you still try to stay like within your comfort zone in that action. So like you need to be way more true to yourself and like way more bold and way more willing to like actually do the stuff that like lights you up and like feels good and like actually makes you excited, like to go on a live, to like actually talk about this with people, so that like when you're there, because again that translates, right? Like if you're going on the live like talking about this topic that feels easy and comfortable to you, then it's not going to be like as potent with the people who are tuned in. They're not going to like, they're going to be on the same vibe as you, right? So like if you come on your live and you're like super excited and it lights you up and you're fired up about it and you like think people really need this in their lives, like that's the response that you're going to be met with. So that technique was super, super helpful for me, just being mindful of the fact that I don't need to like, yes, taking action is good, but you need to take like meaningful like action that actually like excites you and pushes you a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Totally. And now talking about comfort zones, we had a big conversation around that. So remember, like, actually, you tell us, like, what for you was like me, like, and that's the role of a coach, right? Like, you don't, like, she's a coach as well, guys, business coach, intuitive business coach. And, the role of us as a coach is to get you outside your comfort zone, because that's really where the growth happens, right? You're not hiring us to be your friend. You're not hiring us to stay comfortable either, right? So let me know and let us know, like, what was the uncomfortable zone for you? And then tell us, like, how did that result in results in your life, in your business?
I think the uncomfortable zone for me was I realized through a lot of journaling that you encouraged me to do that I had like a few major fears, and a lot of the fears were like I want to be liked, I want to be like just agreed, like understood or agreed with or whatever.
Yeah.
And that prevented me from saying the things that I wanted to say, doing the things that I wanted to do, like full on out. And I just realized that I would have to get uncomfortable with and do things that people wouldn't agree with, or say things that
Yeah.
people might find, I don't know, whatever adjective. Like I just basically I needed to stop shrinking, because again, like I said, I would take action, but it would be like timid, like
Yeah.
you know, like 75% action, not like full on, full out Janice, this is me action, like this is what I believe and this is what I'm fully capable of action, like. And I like that you said at one point, I don't remember, but you said like my loyalty or my commitment isn't necessarily to you, it's to what your higher self is and like what your goals are. Like I'm not your friend. I mean your friend, but you know. And I love that, because like that's what I need to be held accountable to, like who I say that I want to be, and what I say that I want to do, and like the impact that I say I want to make. Like I can't take like timid action. Like I have to take full on bold action in order to do that. And I love that that you help with that.
Yeah, and I think also there's like the disclaimer here, I would say, even with that, is like the bold action, the full on action. It's like oftentimes it's like it's full on, but it doesn't mean like take the biggest leap you've ever taken in your life. Sometimes it's the smallest little things. You do it full on, you do it full out, big, bold, but it's the tiniest little step.
But
right?
It's big and bold because it's really, really you. It's really, really true. You're not holding back in any way. So, like, yeah, totally agree. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to, like, jump off of a cliff. It's just like, I'm really going to take this action, but I'm going to do it, like, fully mindful of, like, who I say my highest self is and what impact I say I want to make. Like, and not just, like, half-ass this.
Yeah. It's being full commitment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't go into relationships just being like half committed.
Right, yeah.
Right? But we do that often with our businesses, or like it's just a side hustle, right? It's just a little like you're not just some person on the internet. Like you're either in or you're out.
Yeah. Fully in or fully out. Like no one foot in, 1 foot out, yeah.
Yeah, because then it's like you can expect to just get like half in results, like sort of results.
Yeah. Or half in, half in everything. Like you'll see that in your income and your clients, all of it. Like
exactly. Now, speaking of that, let us know, incoming clients. You don't have to like name numbers or anything, but tell us like you completely like the launch, the every like a lot of your like the biggest changes for you so far in just a month.
Having fully committed paying clients who like didn't even blink twice at my like high ticket offer and was like, okay, let's do this, I'm ready. I don't know, like there's nothing, I don't know if there is a feeling to describe how amazing it is to like work with clients who are like full in and like truly see your value and see the value of like what you have to offer, and like just knowing that it's going to completely change their lives because they're so full in and because they're so committed and because they're so like ready. So it's amazing. So I did a launch for a program. It was like a 2-week launch, super like not stressful at all, like so probably like anti whatever you think a launch is. It was like not that at all. such an easy launch, and got 2 clients for my high ticket offer, and got, did I say the number? I guess like I had a 6K launch.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
something I would have never like thought of. Was, I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted it, but I didn't. I guess I didn't think it was possible, and I was right in that it wasn't possible in what I was doing before because of what we talked about earlier, like it not being aligned with like what I actually wanted to do in my true self. So it feels really good.
Yeah. Perfect. I
And I
love
have
that.
to say, like the program, like Limitless, is like 100% like of the reason like that was even possible, because like so much of like what I had around my value and like what people saw in me like was just misconstrued in my head, and like Kat really like helped me like get to the bottom of that and address that in like a really 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 good way, to where I was like, okay, like now like no one can tell me anything, like I know this offer is amazing and I know it's great,
Yeah.
and I attracted my people.
Yeah, totally. So what would you say the biggest shifts and breakthroughs for you over the last month? Like, and I mean, we have 5 more months to go, so you can imagine like the leaps to come.
I
Like,
know.
and we'll even talk about that, like what's even going on for you now. So like if people want to work with you, they can go ahead and check you out and see what's up. But so far in the last 4 weeks, like what has just been like, what changed for you? Like, especially through Limitless.
Man, first of all, and I'm not exaggerating, like there literally has been so many shifts that I know that I cannot remember them all. Like that's how many,
Yeah.
like so many, so many. I would say one of the most impactful ones was definitely like around what I saw like my value, because that's also like why I was doing something that I didn't really want to be doing. I felt like, oh well, I want to coach women who are business owners, but like I've like only been a business owner for like 6 months at this point. Why the heck would they work with me? And like talking to Kat, like I realized like there's so much more that other people value in you and see in you that you may not be seeing in yourself. And like I think that's one of the most helpful parts of the program, is her helping you to see and identify like what is it about me that's like super valuable, that people like will pay to work with me, and it like won't even be a thought in their head to like say anything else otherwise of like dropping the price or doing this, like any of this other stuff. Like so I think value, like my value as a coach, like it's so changed just from getting clear on like what I really love and what I want to do, and like what I actually value, and making sure my offers are like centered around that, and like being confident and communicating it because I'm clear about everything. Confidence is the other big thing I will say is has shifted for me. Like just I can tell in the conversations that I have with clients, like that is a major reason why they're like, this is my person. Like she is very confident, and I am, and it's not like false confidence or like trying to be like whatever. It's because I've gotten so clear, and I've let go of like all of the mindset crap that was like holding me back to like not be confident before. So I would say getting clear on my value and the value of my offers, and then getting super, super confident to where I'm like, I will show up as my highest, best self, because I already am that person. Like, I just need to put it in action, and just not shrinking.
Exactly. I love that. So what would you say is like has been like the key for you? Has it been more of like the mindset, like subconscious reprogramming, or has it been more of like the strategy? Or would you say kind of like a combo of the two?
I'd say a combo, but definitely mostly mindset stuff. Like, I feel like, and that's why I came to you. Like, I knew that I needed mindset work help. Because, like, and I would say this to anyone who, like, feels like they're, you know, they're a good coach and they have the skills and you know they're high achievers. I know that those are people that you work with. Like
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, we've depended on a certain skill set to like move us forward and to like get us results. And it just, that can only take you so far. It can certainly like help you, but it can only take you so far. So if you feel like you're reaching a ceiling, it's almost definitely 100% mindset stuff. I don't know if Kat would agree, but like that's what I would say. And I've told my followers, I hired you as a mindset coach because I felt like the vision that I had for my business had outgrown my mindset. So if you have this like huge vision for your business and you feel like your mindset is limiting you, then like it sounds really corny, but limitless is like what you need. Is like you need to realize that there are no limits, that you create the
Yeah.
kind of business that you want, that you're in charge of like whatever happens around you, and like it all starts with your mindset. And like at the end of the day, strategy 100% is important and great, and that's like a really good part of the Limitless program. But the mindset stuff is like what is truly transformational and like
Yeah.
mind-blowingly good.
I know,
Like
and that's
after every
why.
call, I'm just like, oh my god, I feel like there's so much like download happening that I just like, I send Kat like rambling voice notes in Voxer, or I'm like journaling, or like there's so many, like it's so helpful to like have someone to support you in like the subconscious mindset work.
Yeah, I love it. I totally agree. And that's like why the first pillar is mindset, like the
Yeah.
self-mastery mindset. And it's like, yeah, whatever, it's a business program, but really like, and you know this as well, like you can take that document, that pillar, and apply that to like literally every area of your life where you feel like there's a ceiling, where you like have been trying to go to that next level.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. Cool. So that's basically it, unless you have like any more thoughts on like our experience together, our journey so far, like anything else you want to add or
Just that it's been like a great pleasure working with you, and like having a coach who is like so supportive, so encouraging, so like willing to like, that's the other thing I'll say, you're very willing to like get in there where I am, like in those moments when you're discouraged or like you're like ready,
mm-hmm.
like I feel like ready to give up, like I feel like Kat is there with like the bigger picture, to be like, nope, you're so close. You told, that was a call we had during my launch
Oh,
of
that
Reprogramming.
was that was a key call,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Can you imagine if you didn't have someone there? You would have just,
No.
that's exactly it, right? We bail, we falter, we waver in our energy, and we're like, I'm just gonna go hide now.
So if you are someone who doesn't think that they need a coach, that's something to consider. Because I was like, oh, like launch is fine, like I could do that. It's, you know, super, like it almost was like, okay, I obviously like need to be doing more. This isn't working. Like you start retreating back to your old things, and like having someone there to be like, you are not going to self-sabotage. Refocus.
Yeah.
Everything is cool. Everything is good. And yeah, that was super helpful. So
Yeah, I think I said that so many times. Exactly. Like it's so close. You're so close. Like it's right there.
yeah,
And it is. It was.
it is. You can't see it because it's so tempting to like you said, retreat back to like what your habits are. And I feel like that's the number one thing as business owners. Like if you aren't seeing results, that's what you're fighting against, your old habits or your current habits, which are entrenched old habits, which are based on your subconscious. So like,
Yeah. And old ways of thinking, right? Like you know, patterns, like of course this wouldn't work for me, right? Like, oh, this isn't the first time I've launched a business. Why would it be different this time? Why would it work for me? You know, like all these narratives, right?
yep,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, cool. That's basically it. So we have like another 5 months together, which I'm so excited about. So stay tuned. So tell us more. So, oh, okay. So this is the juicy part. We're getting to the end of this live, guys. So Janice finished her launch, totally 180'd in just like literally a month, and it's literally just up and up from here. Um, And she even messaged me this. She was like, how did you put it, Janice? You're saying something about like setting goals that you would have never set before. You said it in a certain way on Voxer. Remember? You were like, you were like, setting goals like this, like Janice a month ago would have not set goals like that, right?
That's probably very, very true. Like, yeah, I mean, I think was this after the launch?
Yes. Or it was like
After
the
the
day
launch,
of
yeah,
doors
I like had
closing
more
or
goals. Yeah, I was like a ball of energy after the lunch. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to like do more. Like I can't wait to like serve people more. Like I need to find more ways to like do this. And like I was like, let's brainstorm. And
and
Kathy's
now.
like, okay, great. And like, yeah, it's so true. Like a month ago, 100%, I wouldn't have been that person. 100%, no.
Yeah.
I would have been like too scared, too shy, too hesitant, too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Showing up consistently, that super helped me. Like the Limitless has really helped me with that. Like, because I think that's a big fear around people. Like, one of my fears was like, I don't want to be spammy, and it's like, you're not going to be spammy. Like, you are sharing with people who need your help, because hopefully you believe people really need what you have to offer, right? Like, you're sharing with people who need your help how you can help them. It's not spammy. Like, they appreciate it. So, like, just like having new beliefs around things that have held you back for so long, it is like it's life changing. Like it
Literally.
really, you become someone that you do not recognize, because you're like, I would have never done this a month ago, or I would have never said this, or I would have never been bold enough to do this, or whatever it is. And like, that's what subconscious mindset work does. Like, you will become a person that you don't recognize, but like in a really amazing way, like not in a like bad way. Like, you get to claim like whatever the highest version of yourself is.
I love that you say the word claim.
Claim, yep, because it's there.
Yes.
It's
Always
there.
there. It's always been there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Juicy. So on that note, like she was saying, like set these big goals, and she's like, that's what I'm saying. Like she allowed this to enliven her and to move her forward. And so tell us, like, what's going on in your vortex now? What are you launching? How can people work with you this month? What's going on?
So I am going to be launching a masterclass soon. I talked with a lot of women throughout my like launch, and I saw that selling is something that a lot of people like. They just have icky feelings around it, or they just feel like they're not as good as they could be, or just whatever. So the masterclass is Soulful Selling for Solopreneurs. And super excited to like help women kind of get over their help, because I say that like I want to help solopreneurs like create abundance in their business, and like there's no way, like you can't get around selling if you're a business owner. Like, and especially if you're the solopreneur, like you're the person. So like selling in a way that like feels good, feels aligned with who you are and who your values, who you are as a person, like that is, it feels really good and does not feel icky. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna launch it at the end of the month. Check out my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/worksoulflow. I'm gonna have like some lives leading up to that, so if you want to catch a little bit of my like teaching style and like also get some information there without signing up for the masterclass, you can do that, but you can check out my Facebook for info.
Perfect. And obviously I can vouch for Janice. She is a light. She is incredible what she does. And she's a really, really seriously good coach. So definitely check her out if you've been resonating with any parts of her story. If you've been resonating just with who she is as a woman, as a business owner, definitely check her out. So it's Work Soul Flow on Facebook and Instagram as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then do you know when you're launching this officially? Like you said, end of March. Is there a date that people should sign up by, or?
It's end of March. I think it'll be like the last Sunday in March. I need to get clear on the dates. But I will put it on my Facebook. I will definitely put it on my Facebook.
Cool. You know how we work over here. It's totally all good. It's like the right people are always around. So that's perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Janice. Any last words or forever hold your peace?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, like with coaching. Like it's been like amazing and life changing, 100% for sure. Like business changing, everything. So like, if that's something you're on the fence about or considering, like, I mean, you don't have to like necessarily like make a decision, but I would reach out to Kat to talk to her because you never know.
You never know.
Like this is 4 weeks in. I'm not even like I know that I'm like I guess a success story, but like this is just 4 weeks in, so I can't even imagine 6 months from now, 5 months from now. So
Totally. And I mean, everyone's success stories look different, but like I think you're a really good example of like you weren't necessarily an overnight success, but you kind of were in the sense, right? Like it's not like you were building your audience for years. It's, you know, it was literally just you kind of were building your business for half a year. But it was misaligned. And then when you got into alignment, all it took was a little tweak in mindset, a little tweak in strategy, and off to the races, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And less than 1,000 followers. It's not
exactly. I have like 500 followers. Like it's not like the traditional like measures of what you think is required for success. It doesn't matter. Like as long as your mindset is good and you're in alignment and you're clear and your like messaging is potent, which definitely Kat helps you with, then like it really doesn't matter. It's hard not to like create your version of success if you are clear on all of those things and if you have like this level of support.
So true. And it's like the commitment. I think that's like exactly it. Like it's being full in, and it's not taking what you see in your physical reality right now as face value.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Being able to recognize the abundance that's around you. And you're able to recognize it because you're not clouded by all of that, like those limiting beliefs, those fears, those like all of those other things that like prevent you from recognizing and seeing it.
Totally. You said it better than me. Oh, you should just take my job. Do you want to take my social media over? Like, seriously though, of course. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. It's been 40 beautiful minutes. Thank you so much again for coming on here and also like sharing your experience, but also like letting us know how, you know, people can work with you further and to keep an eye on your socials.
Yeah. Keep an eye on me. Work so flow. Say hello, slide in my DMs, all of that.
Yeah. Give her some love. Go like her stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, Janice. I'll see you Thursday.
Thank you, Kat. See you soon.
You're welcome. Bye, Janice. Thanks again.